Rotted Review of the Day, and today it is the 7th day of the Advent calendar of Christmas horror movie countdown to the big day. Yesterday I reviewed the 2013 movie Krampus the Christmas Devil, and today I am reviewing its sequel, 2016's Krampus the Devil Returns. And I have to say that this is, by and large, the most unnecessary sequel I've ever seen in my entire life. First of all, the first movie did not warrant a sequel, and second, apparently, the entirety of this movie was pretty much just a rehash of the first one. It had nothing new to it whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that this is going to be a pretty short review. I'm going to go and throw up all the scores here right now. As always, 4 different categories, each one worth up to 25 points for a total possible score of 100 points. And this has the exact same score as the first film in the exact same score individual categories because it's essentially the same freaking movie. 5 years later in the storyline, they bring back the same detective to do the same somewhat detective work of investigations that we really have no idea. He's not using any smarts, any investigation work, any forensics, any phone calls, any interviews, anything of the sort that actually warrants police activity to track down the missing children that is being taken by Krampus. And the movie even goes so far as to, in the last film, we had an antagonist outside of the supernatural Christmas realm that was basically just an enemy of the cop that was taking revenge for being put away 10 years prior. And now we have that person's brother who is taking revenge for his brother. So we even have those same beats being hit. Everything about this movie was just a rehash and absolutely, totally, 100% unnecessary. And I hate to say it, but even in terms of any kind of quality, this movie is 3 years made after the first one, and nobody has learned a damn thing. Camera work, editing, sound design, soundtrack, color, white balance, writing, characters, dialogue, everything about this was exactly the same crap quality as the first movie. Nobody has progressed, nobody has learned, nobody has grown, and it's honestly a shame to watch. I want to rate this one lower, but just strictly on its own merit, I think that it warrants about having the same amount of points as the first one. But the thing about this is that just nobody cared, and it really showed. I hate seeing this. The critic in me, I think that there's something to be said for people that make bad movies, but are genuinely really trying. And there's just no trying in this. There's no effort put into this. Here's an example. One scene. I'll go ahead and show it to you here. And I'm going to go ahead and show it unedited, because if they felt comfortable releasing it this way, then I have no issue releasing it myself the same way. But they didn't even think to, when it came time to location scout and shoot, to remove the for sale sign on the home. Even just, okay, well, they want to shoot at the first primary residence that's more in the foreground there, but they had to have noticed the sign. And in noticing the sign, they had to have considered asking hey, we're going to shoot here. We're just going to be an hour or two. Would you mind if we just, removed it from the scene? But no, they kept it. Either they didn't notice it, which the amount of care that they put into this film, it wouldn't surprise me, or they just forgot about, basically said, we'll fix it in post. And in fixing it in post, they decided to just blur the phone number, but they didn't want to just blur the phone number, making it look like there's masking tape or something over it, where it's just a solid entry and it kind of has, even a modicum of motion tracking on it. No, it instead has kind of a warbly blur to it, which makes you think that you're watching some sort of, live crime scene investigation, live PD kind of thing, instead of actually watching, a movie. So it completely takes you out of the experience. And then, to top it all off, they have a cut where they go to a different angle, and then they cut back to the original one, and the blur is missing for the first few frames. Then they pop it back on. It's the lack of caring. It's just the absolute hack crap where they are trying to put out the least possible effort to make the most possible money. And it's disappointing. As a horror movie lover, even the schlocky stuff, even the stupid stuff, I enjoy watching the craft of people's passions. and this had no passion to it. This entire project was just crap. And I hate to see that happen. I really do. So I'm standing by the point system. I think that honestly, the conflict that I was feeling in my earlier review of the first film, it is cemented with this one. So I'm glad that I gave it as low as I did, and I'm glad that I gave this one as low as I did too. So that should about do it. That's my review of 2016's Krampus, The Devil Returns. I really thank you for joining me here today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. And if you want to support me further, my Patreon and my merchandise storefront links are below. Remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.